the smallest number that multiplies another to give a perfect square. So we take example and we say find the smallest, find the smallest number to obtain a perfect square. So the first one we have here is 12. B. 216. When you are done copying, let me know.
Okay. So, okay, Hello?
Are you done?
Yeah?
Okay. I want you to look at this. If I have a number such as 2 times 2, you know 2 times 2 will give us 4, right?
Oh, yes.
Is 4 a perfect square or not?
Wait, 4.
Is it a perfect square? Does it have its square root as whole number? If you say square root of 4, will it give a whole number? Number
Well,
without is a whole number. Number that is not a fraction, that's not direct decimal number. So we have 4 as a whole number. That means 2 times 2 will produce a perfect square. So before you can say a number is a perfect square, when you break that number down, you must be able to pair it on when two equal numbers multiply each other, we have a perfect square. For example, if you have 7 times 7, you produce a perfect square. Exactly. So
yes.
how do we now do for 12? What number? 12 is not a perfect square. Before, if you do 12, there's no number that multiplies itself that will give us 12. There's no number that multiplies itself that will give us 12. What is now, we can multiply 12 by many other numbers to get a number that is a perfect square. But what is that number that we can, what is among those numbers that we can use to multiply 12 to get the perfect square? Which of them is the smallest? How can we get the least number by which 12 can be multiplied such that the result will be a perfect square? So for us to do that, we simply break down, we divide 12 down to see we have 12. You can think of number that can divide 12. Previously, we talked about even number, odd number, prime number. You remember? I told you even
Yes.
numbers are numbers. They are numbers
Um,
divisible by 2. You remember? Numbers that you can use 2 to divide without remainder. They are even numbers like 2, like 4, like 6, like 8, and so on. Those are even numbers. And we talk about opposite is odd number. That is numbers that are not divisible directly by 2. That is, those ones, if you use 2 to divide them, it will give you, there will be a remainder. For example, 1 is an odd number, 3, 5, 7, and so on. We as well talk about prime numbers. We said those ones, they are not divisible by any other number except 1 and themselves. For example, 3. 3 cannot be divided, it's not divisible by any other number except 1, and 3 is safe. And hence, we now conclude that every prime number has 2 distinct factors, and those 2 factors, they are, one is 1, the other is the number itself. 5 is a prime number because no other number can divide 5 directly without any remainder apart from 1 and itself, which is 5, apart from 1 and 5 itself. But 1 is not a prime number because if you say the factors are 1 and itself is still 1, and 1 and 1, they are not different from each other. So this one is not part of. So what we call prime number, the 2 factor must be different. Like 2, 2 is a prime number as well. The factors is 1 can divide 2 and 2 can divide itself. So these are 2 different factors. So 2 also is a prime number. We have talked about that. Now, and I said something that day. I said 2 can divide every even number. This 12 is even number because if you look at the units, it ends with digit 2. So 2 will be able to divide it. You can now begin to divide down. 2, how many times does 2 go in 12?
6 times.
6 times. You also divide again. 2 in 6.
3.
3. So you only stop when 2 cannot divide again. You stop using 2. You move on to another number. But preferably, the number you will use to break this 12 down, they must be prime number. You know, 2 is a prime number. So another number that can divide 3 now is 3 itself. Don't go and use 1. 1 can divide any number. So don't choose 1. Start from test 2. If 2 cannot divide it again, check if 3 can. If 3 cannot go again, check 5. If 5 cannot go again, check 7. All those, prime numbers. Check them out. So this one is 3 goes in 3. That is 1. Is it clear?
Yes.
So this implies that, look at what we are doing. This one means 12 is same thing as 2. 12, same thing as 2 times 2 times 3, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But if you look at this now, this one is already perfect. 2 times 2 is 2 square, is 4. It's perfect square. Is that not?
Yes.
So that means it is this 3 that you need another 3 for to get perfect for it, because you need another 3 to be able to multiply this 3 so that we can get 9, which is a perfect number. But this one does not have another one. That means the smallest number we can use to multiply 12 is now 3, because you need 3 more to be able to multiply this one. And there is no, 12 itself is 2 times 2 times 3 to give 12. So we need to introduce another 3 to multiply these 3, so that it will be 9. If you now do 4 times 9, it will be 36, and 36 is a perfect square. So that means we need 3 to multiply 12 to get a perfect square. And if you use 3 to multiply 12, you will get 36. So the result is 3. That last one is 3. We can now conclude that the least number by which 12 can be multiplied to get a perfect square. The perfect square is 3. Let me put it here for you to see. Can you see it here?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you make that conclusion like that. The least number by which 12 can be multiplied to get a perfect square is 3. If you use 3 to multiply 12, it will give you 36. 116. 216. We also break it down like we did for 12. So 2 should be able to go in 216. 2 in 216, look at it. You will say 2 goes in 2 one time, right?
Yes.
2 cannot go in 1. That is, can go in 1 0 times. You now say, what about in 16? 2 in 16. How many times?
4.
No, 8. 2 times 8
Oh,
is 16. 8. So the next thing you do is 2 can still go in this number because it ends with 8, which is an even number. So 2 can still go. So 2 goes in 108. First say 2 in 10.
5.
5. And 2 in 8.
4.
4. That means 2 in 108 is 54. So we can still use 2 because this number ends with an even number. 4 is an even number. So 2 should be able to divide it.
Is
So you do 2 in 5.
2.
2. Remainder 1. That one, put it in front
Hello?
of. I can hear you. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Okay. 2 in 5, 2 times remainder 1. Put that remainder 1 in front of the next digit. You will now see it as 14. 2 in 14. How many times?
2, 14, 7.
7. That means 54 divided by 2 gives 27. So this 27 now, look at it. 2 cannot go again because 27 ends with digit 7. And digit 7 is not an even number. So 2 will not be able to divide it. Can we use 3? Can we try if 3 will be able to divide it? Check if 3 will be able to divide 27.
Okay.
3 in 27. 3 times what will give you 27?
Oh, 9.
9. What number can go in 9 again?
3.
3. Don't use numbers such as 6 because 6 is, don't use 6 to divide. Use prime numbers that are already, they're unbreakable, they are the least in their form. So use it. So 3 in 9 is 3. And lastly, 3 in 3 is 1. So we can now conclude that 216 gives 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. If you are to pair them, this one now is perfect. Yes or no?
Yes. 2 times 2 equals 4.
Yes, this one too is perfect. Yes or no?
Well, yeah, I think it goes 9.
Yes. So we now need another 2 for this one. We need another 2 for these 2 for you to be able to pair them. We need another 3 for this one for you to be able to pair them. That means total number that we need to multiply these 216 is 2 and 3, which is 2 times 3.
6.
So to make a perfect square, the number we need is 2 times 3, which is 6. You will now make your conclusion by saying the least number by which 216 can be multiplied to get a perfect square, the least number by which So we make our conclusion here and say the least number by which 216 can be multiplied to obtain a perfect square
So
is 6. When you are done copying, let me know.
okay. So be multiplied to okay, I'm done.
Okay, very good of you. So, as a way of emphasizing what we have said, to reiterate what we have said, what we did here is that we try and break this down into its prime factors, and the prime factors are what we have here. If you multiply all these numbers out, 2 multiplied by 2, 4, 4 times 2, it will give you 8. If you do 8 times 3, it will give you 24. If you do 24 times another 3, 24 times 3, it will give you 72. If you do 72 times 3, 72 times 3, it will give you 216. So we now said that for you to know this, since 216 is not a perfect square, for you to know the least number by which you can use to multiply 216 to get a perfect square. Hello, I want you to look at what I'm doing. This and this is already perfect. But this one does not have a partner to make it perfect. So introduce it. It's part of the number you need. This and this is already perfect. This one too needs another partner to make it perfect that you can pair it with. So that means our answer is this and this now, which is 2 times 3 plus 6.